Oh yes, legends, we are live. How is everybody doing? I hope you are safe with this dip. Not on Bitcoin really, because Bitcoin has dropped just a few $1,000s. It has been actually getting a bounce from a major level of confluence. That weekly level did not do absolutely anything. This was a level that we were talking about throughout yesterday's stream. So let's analyze that level, how it did get a reaction, or did it get a reaction? It actually didn't do anything because we slightly front run the level and then we just broke straight through the level. We'll be going through how you needed to take action at this weekly level and where did the price get a bounce for Bitcoin? Did we actually hit a confluence zone here where we got the bounce on Bitcoin very early this morning? We're going to be talking about this movement, of course, since we did the update, because we talked about several scenarios. If the price goes up, the levels of interest that I got for a short. If we go down, levels of interest for a long. We did not go to the upside. We actually went to the downside. And I'm going to explain in detail, hey, what happened here at this level. And as we got the dip, where did we actually bounce? Okay. So make sure to stay tuned. In this live stream, we'll be going through some Bitcoin technical analysis. There are some altcoins, guys. It is the moment to buy the dip. There is one altcoin that got a huge, massive bounce of over 30%. We'll be going through that. This dip for me is for buying. There's so many altcoins that haven't reached the March highs, and this dip of 35% on some of them since the highs of last week. Some of them have made a 35% correction. This is kind of the dip of the bull market that we were waiting for. Major opportunities. I'm going to be explaining a consolidation area of confluence throughout many high cap cryptocurrencies that I do expect them to continue to the upside in the coming weeks. So there's several buying zones that I want to talk about throughout this live stream, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. There's several high cap cryptos. I do believe that this has been the correction of the opportunity, all right, that we have been waiting for the last week, right? Be careful. We are not buying the pumps. Stay cautious. There will be a pullback of 20-30% on altcoins at some point. We have got that correction. So now it is starting, it's moment to start getting into the market, right? If you did not get in from lower levels, just like we were talking about throughout the last few weeks in November. As these coins were pumping, guys, not interested till we actually see one of those bull market major dips, right? Of 20, 30, even 40% on some altcoins throughout the last 24 to 48 hours. So we need to go through that, guys. We need to go through why is this starting to be an opportunity zone, because I'm telling you right now, there is a major pattern that is going to be forming throughout multiple cryptos, okay? And you can pull out any altcoin chart and you can take into consideration, all right, this pattern, because it's going to play out for many in the next coming weeks, if not days, guys. So I need you to pay attention to this pattern. Let's keep it simple. It is a bump and run pattern. Now this pattern right over here, you got the major sell-off, the major liquidity grab. You get a dead cat bounce. You either V-shaped recovery, okay, or you get the dead cat bounce and you come close to the lows or even testing the lows on some altcoins, consolidate for the next few days, and then you get the breakout of the lower high resistance from this bump phase. This pattern is crucial right now for you to understand, legends. We'll be pulling out this pattern in the next couple of weeks on major altcoins that are going to be talked about throughout the stream of today, of tomorrow, because this is what I expect that is going to happen. Now, once we pull out this pattern in the next coming weeks, we will see if something similar has played out on many of these altcoins, okay? So we got the dip of 20, 30, even 40%. Is it time to be fearful? Absolutely not, guys. This is the pullback inside of a bull run that is giving you that opportunity. Let's dive right away. Of course, we need to take into consideration the price of Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Why do I still believe that Bitcoin is going to hit all-time high despite anything that happens right over here in the next coming days, right? We'll be going through the technical analysis, the explanations, that weekly level, did absolutely nothing, right? This was a level that was talked about yesterday throughout the stream, okay? We always talk about the levels throughout the stream. Yesterday, look, if we do get that reaction at that weekly level, then we are considering a potential long opportunity. However, that weekly level was not even hit. We got a bounce, we got a front run, and then the price just collapsed from that level. This is how important it is, right? There had to be a live stream, right? That we actually didn't get a reaction at a trading opportunity, right? Because this was explained in detail. I've been tired throughout the last few days and the last few weeks saying, guys, look what we talked about yesterday. It's played out. Yesterday's scenario did not play out. And of course, we are talking about exactly how you need to take action at this level to take the trading opportunity, right? Which is tap the level, get beneath it, get back above it, all right, with a small little move, right? We don't want any big major move of a couple of $1,000 because then we're looking at lower levels to look for a potential long. Let's go and move here and see the price action throughout yesterday on how that weekly level got the reaction, if it did. We created a front run from that weekly. This bounce right over here of almost $1,000. Yeah, actually, yeah, around about $1,000. Did front run this level. What did the next candlestick on the movement to the downside do? We actually broke the weekly level and did not manage to get above the weekly, getting the continuation to the downside. Now, as the price action continued to the downside pretty aggressively here throughout late last night, when we zoom out and we analyze where the price did get the bounce, well, it bounced at the value area low from the entire range of the last 2 weeks, right? This is a bit of a range that we do have right over here, as you can see. The value area low was providing support with the golden pocket from the wick low to the pivot high from Friday. Golden pocket, value area low, kind of back testing these lows right there, this support area. That is where we got that bounce very nicely of a few $1,000s. The weekly did not get a reaction. 50%, we were very skeptical. The most aggressive long position, if we were to break down from that weekly, is that value area low and the golden pocket. Golden pocket, we know that works very, very well just on its own without much confluence. We know that the 61865 Fibonacci retracement from a higher time frame pivot low to a pivot high works very, very well. And if we do have the value area low from an entire range of the last few weeks, it's going to provide us a little bit more of support. So that is basically where the price got a bounce after breaking out that weekly level. So that weekly level didn't do much, right? It didn't do much. It didn't do anything really, because when we take a look at the lower time frames, we had a little front run right there. Okay, not even tapping the level, and as we came down, we basically broke it on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so there's no major reaction. We're trading beneath it, and as we are trading beneath that weekly level, we are not interested in taking a long position. Moving down very aggressively to that value area low and that golden pocket that was provided as well on the live stream as, okay, if we create a little bit of a waterfall and we do come down, the best level without a doubt is the value area low from the last 2 weeks and that golden pocket. I mean, this is a little bit of a sniper aggressive entry point. As you get beneath the golden pocket, you're not that interested. As you're getting above the golden pocket, you could actually create that sniper long trade with your stop loss beneath the low created, right? So that is what happened late last night or early this morning, depending on where you are in this world. Let's dive in right away through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. I'm going to explain a little bit of a trading plan, because now I'm actually interested in building a small swing long position throughout multiple altcoins. I will explain a little bit that strategy, okay? I'm not a fan of actually adding to position, only if you do have very good risk management, right? Because a lot of people might be using too much to add to those different altcoins, all right? And they could end up getting liquidated, not having more funds to add to their positions, and they have a massive loss. But if you create small positions and you're ready to add 0.5% of your capital, or even 1% extra if you do get another 10-20% dip, then that is totally fine. That is managing your risk. And I'm going to be explaining that throughout multiple altcoins after this major flash crash, right? Because the Bitcoin dip wasn't that much really. We only dropped a few $1,000s, But the altcoins with this dip, my goodness, some altcoins, as we were getting the Bitcoin dominance, the rise on the Bitcoin dominance, okay, because when we do take a look at yesterday's price action, we can see the Bitcoin dominance, you know, basically bouncing, right? As Bitcoin dominance goes up and the price of Bitcoin goes down, that is kind of the worst case scenario for altcoins. If Bitcoin goes down and dominance goes up, my goodness, that is like the perfect recipe to absolutely bleed, right? Create a flash crash on major altcoins and get that 20, 30, even 40% on some major altcoins. Now, a lot of people might believe, okay, we are forming a double bottom Adam and Eve. I got someone actually in the comment section yesterday saying, you know, double bottom Adam and Eve formation right over here. It's time to get out of alts. I have to say, shout out to you, my man. I can't remember who that was, but it was basically kind of predicting this double bottom. Could we break out here on the Bitcoin dominance and see the altcoins get another dip after this dead cat bounce, right, of 10, 20%. That is the strategy that I want to talk about throughout this stream, because we need to be ready, guys. This is why I think it's a good option to slowly scale into some swing long positions. And I'm going to explain the exact strategy in this live stream. We got some bunch of news that I want to talk about throughout the stream as well. Let's see if we do have time after going through Bitcoin, altcoins, and the comment section. Make sure to get your cup of tea. Make sure to get your ginger ale or whatever you want. And we're going to dive in through the Bitcoin dominance throughout the comment section. I love this drink, ginger ale. Absolutely awesome. I don't try and drink too much. It's full of sugar. It's a bunch of crap for the body. But once in a while, we can treat ourselves. Let's go right away through comment section, legends. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know, guys. Yes, I think you can hear me. I think you can see me. It is time for comment section, and then we'll dive in through the price of Bitcoin. Pac-Man, my man, how are you doing? I hope you stayed safe with this correction. I hope you were ready to buy some dips. Let's go. Remember, legends, Andy isn't financial advisor. That is very, very true. I am not. I'm just a crazy dude on YouTube that has a bit of experience with crypto and technical analysis and trading, right? Let's go, legends. Andrea, Marianne, Anita, good morning from Los Angeles. How are you doing, Nikolai? Leon, beyond the super cluster. How are you doing? Patrick, I am here, my man. Don't worry. Prince Dave, how are you doing? Ali, La Roban, Donny, bro, don't forget to check Kadena. Absolutely, Kadena dip as well. You know, we can pull out Kadena. I've got ICP, I've got Avalanche, I've got 𝗬liche. We can definitely pull out Kadena. Why not? We bought Kadena very, very low, guys. I still hold a big spot bag, okay? What a major dip on Kadena. But we've been in the game on Kadena, you know, down since the 60, 70 cents, right? So this dip is like a little bit of a small little roller coaster ride that we are just holding on very, very nicely. So we can take a look at Kadena. I'll pull it out here on the chart so it's ready, all right, to analyze this major dip. I think Kadena, this zone right over here, is absolutely awesome for a swing long position, okay, or buy on spot, because I do believe that those March highs, based on the analysis, is going to absolutely rip in the coming weeks, okay? So we want to be positioned. I do hold a nice spot bag of Kadena. I might be interested in a swing long position. I'll be explaining the entry points and the different scenarios throughout multiple altcoins, guys. But first of all, we need to understand Bitcoin. What the heck is Bitcoin doing? Is there danger on Bitcoin to actually drop down here below $90,000? My goodness, that would be devastating for altcoins. We would get another 20, 30% correction, and people will be in doubt if that does happen. But we have some strategies ready here, legends. So we'll be going through them, right? This is why you're here. After that, what happened for altcoins? Not much. We just got a dip, a bull market, major dip. Kadena and dot, says Donny. Yeah, don't worry. We'll be going. Good morning, my man from Australia. How are you doing? The Duckin, how are you? Yo. I'm from Miami, Andy. LJR, absolutely awesome. My missus actually wants to go and live in Miami. We're currently living in Dubai, but she said, why don't we move to Miami? I was like, oh my goodness, you know, taxes pretty crazy in US. So yeah, anyway, we'll stick to Dubai, I think, for a few years. Then we'll see. Right, let's take a look. I would like to see BTC retest $75,000, says someone in the comment section. My goodness, if we do all go all the way down there, I mean, shoo. When we do zoom out, guys, okay, let's do a little bit of just let's take a look at the bear market lows, right? Let's take a look at the bear market lows, and really let's just analyze how the price has moved to the upside, right? We very much understand that the market moves in waves, and to the upside or to the downside, we want to see an impulsive move, right? So, I'm starting to doubt how long this bull market is going to be. I have some doubts. I do think that we have a few pushes more to the upside, but all of this about Bitcoin getting to $200,000, $300,000, I mean, there would be an absolutely insane, massive bull market, scenario. But I don't think that's going to be the case. But you never know, right? Bitcoin's being adopted so well. We're getting the ETF inflows going through the roof still, right? Almost $500 million throughout the last few days. Even last week got 350 million, 676, 500, 700, 300, 479 yesterday, almost $500 million. Inflows are going absolutely bananas. Adoption is very much real. We have so much adoption signs. Microsoft shareholders to vote tomorrow on whether or not to buy Bitcoin. Adoption is very powerful on Bitcoin at the moment, and could we see an incredible bullish case scenario? We're going to go to 200, 300k in this cycle. I would be a little bit more conservative. It's always better to be a bit more conservative than too aggressive and too greedy, because you know the deal, right? You wait, higher, and then you get the dip. This is why I did get out with another 5% of my Bitcoin holdings above $100,000. We need to take some profits. We need to have some cash on the sideline, just because whatever could happen, black swan event in the next coming weeks, right? Or next few months. And then the price just dips. We're entering another bear market, guys, throughout 2026, 2025, 2026. That would be devastating, right? However, we just don't know what could be around the corner. And taking a look at the technicals here, there are reasons, right? Which is the low of the bear market for Bitcoin back in 2022. Well, it's when we had the FTX collapse, right? That was the low. Low on Bitcoin is in November of 2022. And when we analyze the price action throughout, beginning of 2023, you can clearly count an impulsive move right over here, a corrective structure in a flat, and then we got this massive rally at the end of 2023, right, where we had the ETF also approval, and, Q1 of 2024, very bullish. Without a doubt, you could easily count this as a third wave, right? A third explosive, massive third wave. And this is a very long and shallow corrective fourth wave. Very common. Fourth waves are very long. They are shallow. They are longer than the second wave. So regarding Elliott wave theory, everything points out that, hey, this is the fifth wave, right? How many waves do you want to the upside? How extensive can this fifth wave be? Then you need to go and do a little bit of micro counts and try and analyze, what's this move to the upside. So, but hey, there could be reasons to believe that the top is very close to being in on Bitcoin, just because we have textbook 5 waves to the upside, right? Anybody that knows any basics from Elliott wave theory, right? You could arguably discuss, hey, we've already formed 5 waves to the upside. Is it time for bear market in the next 1 to 2 years? I do think that we are going to see higher levels, at least test all-time high again, see if we do get a breakout and extend this fifth wave. But there would be reasons to believe, all right, if the price does top out here, we formed 5 impulsive waves. We got well above the previous all-time high. I mean, what percentage is this, right? Yeah, we got up over 50% from previous all-time high. So, I mean, we've had a pretty nice move. People that have been buying Bitcoin throughout the last few years, such as myself, will be very happy with Bitcoin at 100k, right? Happy to take some profits. And people are taking profits. We can see that on the data. Long-term holders are actually taking some pretty aggressive profits, as you can see here on the chart. Hey, this is profit taking from long-term holders. Hey, we have to take some profits from the Bitcoin holdings. That is not sell everything, but we have to, right? Also considering the technical analysis on the higher time frame, there would be reasons to believe that maybe the top is very close to be in. So take that with a grain of salt, legends. All right. Anyway, We're going to focus a little bit on this range over here, right? A little bit of higher time frame. I think it's, pretty boring. There is many reasons to believe, right, that, this being the end of a corrective structure in that fourth wave, this was a very, very complex correction. And you could arguably discuss that this pump right over here started, either from this pivot low, because we did form a little bit of a triangle formation right there, potentially in a WXY. We got the W, the X in a flat, and then a Y right there. Very, very complex to count the waves in this zone. But overall, you could arguably discuss that this was the initial first wave down, where you got a zigzag right over here, boom, boom, boom. So you got an initial wave here. So you got a 1, 2, and you got a potential another 1, 2 right over here. The double 1, 2, and you could be in the formation of that third wave. Potentially formed a 4, 5 already, and you're going to form another 4 and 5 without taking out the lows. This is very, very speculative. I would rather go through the lower time frames and analyze the local levels where we could get into a trading setup, right? Where we do understand where we have confluence, how we need to react at those levels to look for a trade of $1,000, $2,000, right? Look for some scalping day trading opportunities. This bounce did happen at the value area low of this trading range. It also was the 61865 golden pocket from the wick low to the high. So, we know certain bouncing levels or rejection points on the price of Bitcoin. So this is what we like to do on every stream, right? Analyze the local scenarios. What would be a sign of weakness? What would be a sign of strength? Where do we need to react and, to take a trading decision? And that's about it, guys, till we actually get an explosive breakout either to the upside or to the downside. So we're trading the range basically still. Let's go through comment section, then we'll dive in here through the multiple different scenarios, right? Mainly focusing on what's happened the last few days, right? We don't need to go too crazy and start, counting the previous months and rest of it. Just with this data right over here, where we at is enough for me to look for some different scenarios, major levels where we are interested in looking for a day trade or a scalp opportunity. Quickly go through the comment section here. Say hello to the rest of the community as we are getting some people diving in right now. Let me know how many likes we do have here. Let me just double check. My goodness, 160 likes almost. We can get to 200 likes. We're almost 900 people, over 900 people watching right now. Let's smash up the like button, guys. I've got a good one here. There is a swing long strategy that I want to talk about. Also talking about invalidation points, accumulation zones, all right, on major altcoins high cap that have got this big dip of 30%, guys. The dips are for buying, and I'm going to explain how this pattern could be forming throughout multiple different altcoins, guys. This could be the confirmation pattern after the flash crash on altcoins, where we're getting the dead cat bounce right now. Could we come back down to test the lows, or are we going to V-shape, or are we going to go sideways and break the lower highs from the channel that we formed the last few days? Bump and run scenario could be in play throughout multiple altcoins, if not all of the altcoins, guys. I'm going to share this pattern on many altcoins, and it's very, very classic to see in a bull run. Get a major liquidity grab, flash crash, stop out many long positions, because that's what we can see as well here with the liquidations. Over $1.7 billion of long liquidations throughout the last 24 hours, right? Absolutely crazy. This is natural. This is nice. This is like a really, really good, healthy correction. Let's leave it that way, okay? So we got the liquidation, we got the dip, and I'm going to be explaining that pattern throughout multiple altcoins and explaining exactly the strategy. So of course, Bitcoin is the one that we need to pay attention. If Bitcoin starts losing certain levels of support, right, and we start dipping down below 90K, it's not going to be looking that great for altcoins. This is why we could be forming that double bottom after the flash crash, right? So multiple altcoins, such as Avalanche, right? The question is, could we retest the lows? Could we retest the lows, right? We got a little bit of a lower high resistance at the moment, bit of a bump and run phase here, but the bump and run scenario, right? We're getting resistance right now from that lower high resistance trend line. Once this lower high resistance trend line breaks out, I do expect a major rally. Now, currently getting the rejection from that pivot, right? From the resistance. Now, what if Avalanche comes down here, could we trust a higher low support? Will we come back down, test the lows, and then break the lower high resistance to get that full-on reversal? Whatever happens in this zone, I do believe this is the area where it's going to bottom out with a double bottom or with a higher low, guys. And that comes to the conclusion to the bump and run phase, where you do get that bump phase that has happened throughout multiple cryptocurrencies. We've seen the bump phase. This is the scary liquidation, massive dip. My goodness, altcoins are going to bleed even more. Then you start choppy action, maybe test the lows, and then get the breakout, okay? And then get that continuation to the upside. So there's multiple altcoins forming this potential pattern, okay, which we're going to go through. Legends, smash up the like button. Let's get to 300 likes. Going to say hello to the rest of the community. Whew, man, I'm thirsty. It wants lower, says 𝗕𝗶𝘆𝗽𝗫. Yeah, potentially, yes. Potentially it wants lower. This kind of price action on Bitcoin is extremely disturbing, I have to say. I don't like this kind of price action, but even though if the price of Bitcoin does manage to dip below $90,000, right, even going to the low 80K levels, I have to say that there is still high probability that we are going to take out the highs, just because this move that has happened on Bitcoin is extremely likely to be corrective. Worst case scenario here is that you are forming a contracting, okay, diagonal right over here. I mean, that would be the worst case scenario. This is very speculative because we need to see one more low, another lower high, and another low right there. Then we can speculate on a potential bounce here. But this would be the worst case scenario, to see like a wave 1, then a wave 2, and then wave 3 start dropping down extremely aggressively, or even form an A, B, C right there on higher time frames, and then continue to the upside. There's other scenarios that could happen right now. I mean, this is the issue right now, right? When you do classic Elliott wave theory analysis, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful to see 5 waves, 3 waves down, and then continuation to the upside. We've seen this through multiple altcoins the last couple of months, right? Easy peasy, right? 3-wave corrective structure, A, B, C. Let's just bounce and look for the 3rd wave, right? And break out. Yeah, that's really, really cool to see, and it does happen a lot of the times. However, now it's getting very difficult. It's getting extremely difficult right now with this move, because it's just bringing multiple different scenarios, right? It's just bringing multiple different scenarios. When you do have a zigzag right over here, right, it could give you an ABC, right? When you do have another zigzag right over here, then it's like, okay, we've retraced too high, so this is not looking impulsive to the downside. And of course, as we've only formed the 3-wave to the upside here, and now we're doing this, this is not an impulse to the upside either. So we either forming a massive gigantic triangle here throughout the next coming days. We're still going to be ranging. There's no decision of the price going to lower levels, and there's no decision of the price to actually going up to higher levels. So as the waves are forming and we break certain levels, we just need to go through the range, guys. Anything could happen right now. This is the thing when you are a technical analyst and you have a lot of experience, many years, you do get to some points where it's like, damn, there is really no high probability right now on if the price is actually going to take out the high, all-time high, or it's going to take out the low, right? You do bump into these scenarios many times in a very complex corrective structure that gives you many options, where you have a 3-wave move here down very aggressively and a 3-wave move up, and then you just continue the range. I mean, we knew that we were going to continue ranging, right, late last week, right, by Friday, sorry, with this pump. We very much understood, all right, this is likely going to continue sideways for the next coming days. Now, we've been 4 days still below all-time high and above the low of the wick. So the situation here right now, as a technical analyst, I understand that, yeah, we could have a chance in having an attempt in going to all-time highs, and we're going to have an attempt in going down to the wick of the lows, okay, the lows of the wick, the wick of the lows, the lows of the wick. So it's like, if I'm confused in this zone and I don't see a high probability to all-time high or actually dipping down below the wick lows, we need to trade the range. We need to trade the range. We are happy with some scalps, with some movements of $1,000 to $2,000. And that is what we need to do, right? Where did we get the bounce yesterday or early this morning? Was at the value area low and the golden pocket. We know that is a good confluence area. We got that bounce of a few $1,000s. Do we know if we are going to dip down to the lows right there? No, we don't know. If we do get a reaction based on dipping beneath the level and getting back above, we can absolutely sniper the reaction as it gets back above that confluence level. As long as we below the level, right? Whoever longed here, the low of the wick, is like taking a gamble, right? Is taking it seriously, a very, very strong gamble right there to expect that we are going to get a reaction, get back above. Why not wait and get the price action above in a few minutes and then say, okay, we're not breaking out from value area low and golden pocket, sniper the long, stop loss at the low, and get that bounce, right? So reaction at the levels, getting back above those levels of support is extremely important. Just like the weekly level that was mentioned yesterday, there was no reaction, guys. There's not a guarantee that this weekly level was going to hold. And matter of fact, it did not hold. We front runned it right over here, not even tapping it, not interested. Let's see how we react here. We sliced through the level. So as long as you below here, you just don't take the long. You just don't take it. This is a solid level that should have got a reaction. Dip down below a few $100s, get back above. That was not the case, and it actually dropped down a few $1,000s, making those altcoins bleed very aggressively. So let's talk about the resistance support levels to get ready. Potentially that could happen in between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day, guys. We do have inflation rate. I'll be going live throughout this 1:30 p.m. here UAE time. We've got inflation rate coming out. We might see a bit of volatility. It's expected to be slightly higher inflation. I mean, we are in a liquidity cycle. Whoever doesn't know, there is money printing activity, not going only in the US, throughout multiple countries such as China, such as South Korea, right? Even US. So inflation is going to get a little bit of a punch here to the upside, and it might be even higher than expected, right? It might be 2.8, 2.9. I'm not sure how the market is going to react to that, but we'll go live to check the volatility and see that inflation. Right. Let's bounce, says the Moon Show. Here he is. Make sure to go and follow Carl from the Moon if you don't already, guys. Absolute legend. I'm actually going to be seeing him potentially on Thursday. We'll do a few videos, guys. Anybody that has not followed me on Instagram, this is only a cryptocurrency channel that I opened a few weeks ago. Check me out here, guys. If you're interested in some nice little shorts, a little bit of lifestyle, make sure to follow me on Instagram, guys. I just opened this just a few weeks ago. You got my Instagram down below, okay? Just a few hundred followers. If you want to know what I'm doing round about here in Dubai, checking out here some other, hanging out with some other influencers. Do you move to UAE? Yes, sir. Emre, I am here. I am living here since March. I had to leave Spain. I love Spain, but I had to leave in March because, gains were real. And the tax was very high. They're not crypto friendly, and it was about time to, live this experience here in Dubai. Smash the likes here, says Marlon. Thank you very much, my man. Let's go through the price of Bitcoin. My goodness. We got to bounce not from the weekly level. We'll leave the weekly level just because it's there. We'll just leave it. It hasn't been much of a level, to be honest. But where we did get that bounce is the value area low of this trading range, right? We've got that move in. Also the golden pocket. We love the golden pocket. It's so respected throughout multiple assets, not only Bitcoin. Golden pocket getting that bounce from the wick low to the high. So what comes next? What are the major levels, right? I mean, this was a second option. If the weekly doesn't hold, I wasn't really interested here in any long positions beneath the weekly and the golden pocket. We were talking about 50% Fibonacci. You know, there's just a lack of confluence in this area that I would rather wait for the value area low and the golden pocket if we smash through the weekly, right? That was the next level of interest here at $94,600. So that was the level that did get the bounce. What comes next, right? What comes next for Bitcoin? I want to know, right? 42K incoming, says 𝗬𝗏𝗽𝗫. Oh my goodness. Do you really think so? Do you really think that 42K is, oh my goodness. Wow, that would be devastating. I mean, if we were to come all the way down to $42,000, like somebody says here in the comment section, ooh, come on. I mean, that would be, without a doubt, bear market confirmation, right? $42,000. Where did you come out with that major crash that should happen in the coming weeks? I mean, that would be official bear market, right? That would be official bear market. It would be a moment to start buying Bitcoin, without a doubt. But it would be a confirmation of bear market, just because you'll be, officially finished this fifth wave to the upside, which I do think that has a little bit more steam, right? And there's an incredible bullish case scenario of a 1-2, 1-2. You're still in a third wave here, and we get into that super cycle, right? Highly speculative, of course. But yeah, we basically are day traders, right? We're going to look for some swing trades on major altcoins based on this pattern right over here that is happening throughout multiple cryptos, in my opinion. Okay, so we need to really analyze this situation with this flash crash that has happened throughout multiple altcoins. Had to pull a few orders, says Cheeseburger. ADA to 0.84 cents. I don't know. We can take a look at some altcoins later on, guys. Let's focus on Bitcoin. Destroy the like button. Anybody that is interested, my goodness, I have some ICP that I bought at the $9-10 zone, and I mean, this is, I had these, I got them here, 93K right now. This was almost at $120,000, down $30,000 almost, just on the spot bag that I have here on ICP. I remember just slightly below $16. It was almost at 120. Overall, I do think that ICP has a great buying zone here with this dip. I'm not too scared, still holding the ICP bags. If you are interested in buying crypto, trading cryptocurrency, Bybit for me is the #1 crypto trading platform, guys. You got an insane bonus down below. Make sure to claim that bonus. If you cannot trade on Bybit, you do have Weeks or Bluffin, which just with an email and a password, you can sign up in minutes. There's hundreds of altcoins here. Take advantage, guys. Weeks, highly liquid market, okay? Highly liquid exchange. And on Bluffin, you get 10% cash back, okay? 10% cash back on Bluffin. There's hundreds of altcoins to trade on Bluffin, guys. Take advantage of the bonus down below in the description. Now let's dive in through the price of Bitcoin, because we need to know what the heck's going on. What the heck is going on for Bitcoin, right? Do we have a sign of strength? What does CVD tell us, right? Are we going to go to higher levels with this dead cat bounce? Is it safe? Are we going to just roll back down, because we have been downtrending throughout the last few days? Woo! So many different scenarios and options, okay, that we are going to go through in this stream, right? Are we going to manage to break that point of control? I mean, I want to actually see here, okay? I want to see throughout the rest of exchanges where that point of control sits on Bitcoin from this range, right? Coinbase, Binance, right? I do take a look at Bybit. Yeah, it's at the same level. So we got that high volume node at the same level here on Coinbase as well. Ever slightly higher. But I think it would be extremely important to get back above that point of control from this entire range, which is acting as resistance throughout the last 24 hours. No bueno. It's not good. So, what would be a sign of strength? We have got above today's open, right? Today's daily open. Not much price action to the upside, not too much volume, very choppy, still very downtrending. So, I mean, this is not really convincing, right? Not much of a sign of strength with this dead cat bounce. it does look like it's going to roll over. We are getting a bit of resistance. We did get above daily open, but it's not really doing much. That old weekly level, VWAP, right now is sitting below us. Let's see if that VWAP does provide a bit of support, but I'm not too convinced with this movement, right? It's not too powerful with price action, very choppy. We're getting major flash crashes here, right? This choppiness, it doesn't look too powerful. Now, what would be powerful here for the price of Bitcoin to show a sign of strength, right? And we're going to keep it nice and basic and easy. We got some lower highs. Daily open is providing a little bit of support. Lower high right there, lower high resistance, right? It would be nice for the price of Bitcoin to actually gain some momentum throughout the next coming hours, right? Get back above that lower high resistance, get back above the point of control from the entire range of the last few weeks, right? High volume node, they actually provided resistance here. As you can see, perfect touch, perfect dump here of a few $1,000s. So getting above that level, right? A little bit of a W right there, a little bit of a kind of a double bottom, right? With a higher low. Getting above this level would be without a doubt a sign of strength. It has been a proven level of resistance, as we can see on the chart. Highest volume node of the last few weeks. If we get an explosive move here, I mean, without a doubt, that would be an initial sign of strength for the price to go to higher levels. As long as we're downtrending still, well, we're probably going to be continuing to downtrend. Okay, so a sign of strength here on Bitcoin is getting above this resistance, the point of control, with some significant volume. We want to see a nice breakout here, and eventually, if we do correct with low volume, we're looking at the VWAP, the point of control to provide that support, the highs that have provided resistance right throughout the last 24 hours. We're looking for that continuation to the upside, at least to test the highs of the breakout, right? So it would give us a potential scalp. It might double top here, we don't know, right? But overall, that would be a sign of strength, and the corrective move would be a buying opportunity, just because we are flipping that resistance into support. That would be a sign of strength for the price of Bitcoin in a nutshell, right? If you did not catch here a long position right over here at the lows or at this retracement, right? This retracement also got a bounce at the golden pocket, right? When we do take a look at Fibonacci from the pivot low of the wick from early this morning or late last night to the pivot high, golden pocket providing the power, right? Look at that. Golden pocket from the wick low to the bounce high, higher low at the golden pocket. Nice little bounce, right? Of just over $1,500. So, yeah, if you did not jump into a long either here at the valley area low or at the golden pocket, I would definitely not long where we are right now, okay? Because, yeah, the bounce is not too powerful. There's no steam. I would rather see a confirmation, right? A confirmation that we are slowly building up here, you know, the price action, and we need a break above successfully with a nice spike in volume, right? Get that spike in volume to see that breakout above the point of control and lower high resistance. That would definitely be a sign of strength, in my opinion, right? You know, we were just getting above major resistance levels, and I would be looking for that bullish CVD divergence, right? We need to see this data. CVD has to be one of the most powerful tools out there, right? We have been consistently forming bullish CVD divergence throughout the last few weeks, right? Always getting the price action going to higher levels. So if we do see that breakout on Bitcoin, right, we do get that leg to the upside, and we do correct here very nicely. We got that leg with high volume. We're breaking the point of control, you know, breaking lower high resistance. That's what we kind of want to see. If we get that breakout and we get the CVD divergence still continuing to form lower lows on that correction, it's just going to give us a high probability that we'll scale up and test out the highs for a potential break. Okay, so that is kind of some data that I want to see on Bitcoin to be confident that we are going to go to higher levels, right? At least ranging, right? Because we've been very rangy, up, down, you know, maybe up again in between today and tomorrow, maybe not, right? But the levels to long throughout yesterday and today was weekly. There was no reaction. There was the valley area low with the golden pocket. That was the level to enter a long position. This one was a bit aggressive, but very much acceptable at the golden pocket. You were forming bullish CVDs. Okay, so I mean, this was a main reason why you did get this bounce on the price of Bitcoin, because you were forming lower lows on CVD right there, higher lows on price action, getting a nice bounce from the golden pocket to kind of try and attempt and hit the highs. Not quite hit the highs, so I think there is a chance that we could hit those highs because we're forming bullish CVDs. There's a lot of people shorting the market. People are interested in shorting this, you know, this major flash crash that we did have, the dead cat bounce. So, you know, there is a chance in actually, you know, taking out those highs. Now, what if the price does dip down? Okay, what if the price breaks down from here and we go to lower levels, right? Would I be confident that we're going to form a higher low? Would I be confident that this low might not be hit? Well, thanks to CVD divergence, if we do break down right now, which does look like it wants to have an attempt, and we come back down to test this low, I'm going to take this low into consideration for a swing failure pattern. And the only main reason why is because we have still incredible bullish CVD divergence formation. Okay, we still have some pretty nice bullish CVDs on the formation that haven't taken out these highs. So without a doubt, I would take that low into consideration, right? VWAP probably going to test, you know, have some support. Really not that interested right now in either a long or a short right there. This is really a bit of a no trade zone, especially as we did get this price action with low volume. We are above the daily open, but it's not enough. You know, when we get this movement above daily open and even previous day value area low, let me double check. Yeah, you're kind of above previous day value area low, but it's very choppy price action. It's very corrective, no major impulse. So it's a little bit dangerous for me here for either a long or a short. I would rather see a dip down liquidity grab from this higher low and get the reaction based on bullish CVDs. Look for that bounce back up to the highs. That would be a nice trading setup, right? We want to try and catch those lows and look for the bounce. And if we do break successfully above the lower high resistance and the point of control, that would be a very good sign of strength. We did get major resistance here throughout the last 24 hours. Breaking above this level, you know, would be a sign of strength. I would be looking for that flip to go to higher levels, at least to test the local highs from the breakout. Regarding shorts, it would be nice, you know, it would be nice to actually get a failed breakout above this dead cat bounce high. We have to consider, we are downtrending, guys. I mean, we are building hope based on the analysis that we could get that breakout. However, I have to say, we are downtrending, right? There's no reason to believe that there's going to be a reversal. I mean, there is reasons of eventually going, you know, zooming out. You know, zooming out, we just very much rangy. We got zigzag right there, a zigzag right over here. This could be a zigzag. We're going to form another zigzag, and we're just building a gigantic triangle formation here. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to be ranging throughout the next coming days. I don't see all-time high being hit tomorrow or after tomorrow. I don't even see this low being hit also tonight or tomorrow. So it's just still going to be quite rangy, and we just need to trade the range. And the best level for that long was the value area low of the last 2 weeks and the golden pocket, basically, right? Golden pocket, nice bounce of a few $1,000s. So we still need to continue ranging. I'm not that interested in short positions here, just because we have corrected for the last few days, right? This has been a pretty nice 3-wave corrective move. So, you know, we could be building up here a 3-wave corrective move to the upside. This is very, very low for me to want to get into a short here, just understanding the potential short-term reversal. So a potential short would be very aggressive, which would be very close, is actually creating a liquidity grab from that dead cat bounce high that we formed late last night, right? Or early this morning. If we, you know, this is the point of control from the entire range of the last few weeks where we did get resistance yesterday. If we do attempt to break out in the coming hours and we fail that breakout, you know, this is a potential short trade without a doubt. You got lower high resistance, you got the point of control, yesterday's dead cat bounce high providing resistance. If this fails to break out in the coming hours, you know, without a doubt, we could just continue lower highs, and we're just going to move down to lower levels in this downtrending structure. But we need that attempt in breaking out, right? If we get attempt to break out a resistance and we fail to do so, getting the price action back below, we can see that it could be a rejection. So we got a stop loss right there, we got our entry point, and we could ride this movement to the downside, at least down to the VWAP for a TP1 and protect position. And, you know, if we do continue breaking down, then that would be ideal, right? If we get into that short position. Anyway, just very rangy, guys. It's still too soon to understand where we basically at, right? For me, there's it's very rangy, right? We just said we're going to be ranging, testing low supports, testing like high resistance, and we still don't know what we have on the formation because of this zigzag right there and because of this zigzag right over here. So we could form all sorts here. We could form a flat, we could actually form a double zigzag, we could actually break down. I don't think that's going to be the case, just because this movement to the upside was too aggressive. Based on a WXY, we did hit above the 7, okay, Fibonacci. That would be rare for a double zigzag WXY to break down. So it's just going to be rangy for the last few days. So we just need to scalp the range. So let's see. Bitcoin is kind of losing the daily open at the moment. It's kind of losing the daily open, and I would be very much interested in this low right there. This low would be very interesting. We broke a bit of a higher low. We're breaking down higher low support structure here. This low will be interesting just because we do have selling pressure on the formation, right? We do have bullish CVD divergence, as we can see. You know, there's a lot of people shorting the market. There is some shorts entering here quite aggressively. We can see on Bybit there's $10 million here. There's a few million right now looking at the delta. We can see it on the CVD. So the chance of forming higher lows here and lower lows, sorry, is just very, very high. We're just likely going to be forming lower lows. So there's bullish CV divergence on the formation here. And if it does wick down to this low, it would be a good buying zone. It would be a good liquidity grab, get back above. Currently the VWAP is holding as support ever so slightly. For me, it's not the best long. Very squeezed here in resistance and support. Very, very squeezed. Let's go right away. And through the comment section, it is time to take a look at some altcoins. I want to go through some altcoin strategies with you guys for a swing long position. ICP, we can take a look at Avalanche. Avalanche, what a major rejection on Avalanche here from just lower high resistance, right? What a major rejection. Best ideal zone to get a reaction. I mean, it would be nice for Avalanche to actually dip down below $40, but I would still consider $40 to $42. Not sure if we are going to get down there. But there could be a bump and run scenario. Let me go quickly through the comment section. People are saying Chainlink, Illuvium, please, says Carl. Why is the market being shorted at the moment? I'm confused. Yeah, I know, just a bit of fear. Just a bit of fear. I think this is a perfect pullback inside of the bull run. Okay, I mean, there's so many altcoins that I am, you know, looking for these swing long opportunities, and yeah, we could build up a nice swing long scenario. Okay, and I'm going to explain why based on just a classic corrective move. Internet computer. I'm going to provide this one. First of all, this is an awesome L1 project. It has to be one of the best ones, one of the most undervalued in my opinion. I'm surprised we did not manage to hit the March highs throughout, you know, this nice little pump that we had in November. But we got the pullback, and there's many reasons to believe, based on Elliott wave theory, that this correction is for buying. Okay, and I'll be explaining that right away. Okay. This is going to get close to my entry zone on my spot bags. This is where I basically was buying an internet computer in this range just before the breakout. We got a fake out of the triangle. We're gonna be close to break even, right? So, but I mean, I don't imagine the people that have been, you know, buying up here the pump. We just so aware, guys, of saying, you know, we're gonna get a pullback at some stage, and it's gonna be, you know, pretty devastating for most people, especially people with no experience. You know, they're gonna, you know, experience the FOMO and get in. Oh my goodness, you know, I'm very much still confident that we're gonna hit March highs, especially on ICP. It's just gonna take a few more weeks. But always being aware, guys. Forget about the pump. Forget about buying, you know, ICP on the pump, 14, 15, 16. It doesn't matter, 17. You know, it's just not the way to go throughout multiple altcoins, right? This is why we've been ditching all of these different ones, right? DAG, yeah, we bought DAG. You know, Kadena, we bought Kadena. Just leave it alone, right? It will get a pullback. We'll ride the pullback. That's it, right? Based on spot buys. And, you know, looking at many other ones, we are not interested in the ones that have pumped very aggressively till we get that major pullback. Now that the pullback has happened, I can talk about these buying zones. You know, this is the moment, right? This is the moment. Bull market very far away in being finished. Dogecoin, for example, XRP, the ones that have pumped the most, guys, you are putting it in the comment section. Come on, legends. The ones that have already taken out the March highs and have made a 4-5x in November. No, guys. Come on. They've really pumped out very aggressively. We can take a look at them, okay? XRP, HBAR, and Doge. My goodness, the ones that have pumped the most, right? You want to buy the top so you can actually get wrecked, right? Kind of thing. Come on, legends. These are pumped so much. But anyway, they could be consolidating at good areas. We can take a look at them right away in a few seconds, okay? In a few minutes. HBAR as well. We're going to take a look at some altcoins here from the people. But let's focus on ICP. I need to, you know, there's an explanation behind the chart here on why I think ICP is going to bottom out here in between the $10, $11 zone, okay? $10, $12. This red box, basically, where I do have the, you know, where I do have the red box, there is an explanation. This, for me, without a doubt, has been the initial stages of the bull run, the first leg up. We got the major corrective structure here throughout Q1, Q2 of this year, and of course bottoming out throughout Q3 and getting the rally now in November. Now, the first leg here to the upside. When we consider where the price bottomed on ICP, it's very important to understand what the heck is this, right? What has happened here based on the bottom formation, and this can be applied on multiple different cryptos, okay? Especially the ones that haven't claimed the March highs. You can apply the same analysis or very similar analysis to most of the altcoins, guys. The most important low is this one, which was formed in July of this year on ICP. And what I need to understand is the first leg up and the next leg to the downside, providing you a first impulsive move right to the upside in a 1-2. Now, there is several scenarios here. You either formed a 1-2, 1-2, which would be rare because the second 1-2 is larger in timing than the second 1-2, but if it's shorter, which is good based on the price action. Or there is the 1-2. You got the first 1-2 here, right there. You got the third, fourth. You still need to form that fifth wave. This could be the zone where it bottoms out. The main reason why you can count this as a second 1-2 here is because you have 5 waves to the upside in a contracting move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a contracting 5-wave move right there. And you got a classic 1, 2, 3. Right? You got an ABC right there. So yeah, without a doubt, this is part still of an impulse. When you take this as a 1-2 and this is the third wave, you know, you're still inside this larger third wave. It's a 1-2. You got 1-2 right there, and you got the third wave, very explosive. Now, about this movement, you still haven't formed the fifth wave from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning that the bottom formation has to be here, just because when we take a look at Fibonacci from the pivot low that was formed in November to the pivot high, The 38250% Fibonacci area is the area that needs to hold with the price not getting below the 618 Fibonacci. The moment this gets below this pivot high, you're overlapping the pivot. You do not want to overlap here a wave 4 on your wave 1. You don't want to even hit the 618 Fibonacci. So it's like at the limit zone. And this zone is where I expect the price to hold. And there's several scenarios that could happen here, okay? Because we could come back down and test those lows from the flash crash to create that classic double bottom, which would give you the golden opportunity. It will just give you the golden opportunity. It does look like it wants to do so, right? When we do take a look at ICP, we're kind of rolling down here after this dead cat bounce. If we were to come down to this low, we are looking at a very high potential double bottom scenario, right? And then, you know, what I'm predicting here, that is, you know, and this right over here is the 382 and the 50%, which is the common zone for that fourth wave to bottom out. You do not want to hit below $10 on ICP because you'll be breaking a lot of the structure. And, you know, that would be a moment that I would be in doubt. I would have to come with some other technical analysis ideas here. But my goodness, ICP is one of them that I believe will end up forming, okay, the bump and run. Bump and run. You got the downtrend structure here. You got the bump phase. And you know what happens on a bump and run is two scenarios. You either V-shape recover after the bump phase, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case, or you come back down and retest the lows for that double bottom sideways momentum, and then you get the recovery. This is what we kind of looking at. Of course, you could V-shape still, form a higher low, and then start breaking out here in the coming days. But you know, there is something that is telling me that some altcoins might even test a low, create one more flash crash right there to stop out any long, you know, and any early longs that are getting in with high leverage, right? Which is very classic. Okay, usually when you get a flash crash, you get the smart guys trying to get into a long on the bounce with, you know, 100x leverage or a 50x leverage. What usually happens with this, right? People saying V-shaped recovery, we've had the flash crash, we're going to recover very aggressively. The best thing is to get into a low leverage position if you're not buying on spot. Basically, low leverage in altcoins is using a 2, 3, 4x maximum if you're going to be ready to add to the position on the double bottom or in the next leg down. Because if you're using more than a 10x leverage, yeah, if this goes down to $9, right, or below $10, you're already getting liquidated. You're going to have to add very aggressively so you don't get liquidated just by using a 10x on altcoins. I don't know. A lot of people that, you know, there's been a massive liquidation event here. Whoever's using more than a 5x throughout the last couple of days, they are extremely underwater. They either got liquidated or they're underwater very aggressively, and they're adding so much to their position that they have a higher position than they wanted. So now is the moment for praying, right? Now is the moment for all of those people that don't have much experience and good risk management. It's the moment to pray, right? Whoever's been buying here at this range, which we were very much aware of, guys, do not buy the pumps. We've been buying at so low levels regarding spot, just keeping it easy, right? Buying at very, very low levels in November before we bought, right? Regarding spot, just to buy and hold them, right? And we were in very good positions. Not interested in any big major longs, right? Now it's time to believe in swing long positions. Whoever's been getting in, such as ICP or all of these different high cap coins that are getting the correction as well, and getting into long positions here with over a 5x leverage, they either got liquidated, and I can tell you more than 60-70% of traders, especially the newest traders, are getting in with 10, 20, 30x, right, on altcoins. They're like, yeah, we're going to get rich. We're going to go to the moon, right? It's not going to retrace. We had to have this liquidation event. You know, it's just absolutely natural. Too much high leverage. You just need to get that flash crash. And now is where we come with a solid plan. Now is where we come with a solid plan here, guys. Now the plan is, when we're looking at these altcoins, you're not using more than a 3-4x leverage. If you have a bit of experience, you can use 5x. Be ready to add to the position, right, on this dip. So there are a few scenarios here in the case of ICP, and this applies to many other altcoins such as, you know, Avalanche as well. All right. There's a few scenarios that I think that could happen. Okay. The breakdown, successful breakdown in the case of ICP to go to $9, $8 is highly unlikely. So this range is likely to hold testing the lows or without testing the lows. That is my question right now. Will we test the lows from the flash crash, or will we won't test the lows, form a higher low, and then get the breakout of the bump and run in the next coming days, right? Bump and run scenario is very much what I expect throughout multiple different altcoins that have been forming this, that's formed this flash crash, right? We were slowly correcting to the downside, and we got the liquidation event. Now you could get that dead cat bounce, consolidate at the lows, test the lows, and then recover, or you could V-shape, right? You're forming a higher low and you're V-shaping. This is also an option. Okay. I prefer, you know, getting into the double bottom, but I am aware that, yeah, we could, you know, we could very much form a higher low without testing the lows. So now is, you know, you either get with a 0.5%, right, or 1% of your capital, and accept, all right, with a 3-4x leverage. You know that your liquidation of, you know, your liquidation price is, you know, still far away, and you're ready to see the reaction at the lows, right? You're getting into a small position. You don't add every single percentage that you move down. No, you get into a small position and you wait to see if those lows are going to be retested. Those lows, if retested, you are looking for the double bottom. Double bottom, sideways momentum, up. You start picking up, and you're looking for that breakout of the bump and run that should happen throughout the next 1 to 2 weeks, right? That is what I want to see. If the reaction is held here at the lows, I am very much aware that this bump and run is going to happen not only on ICP, but throughout multiple different altcoins as well, high caps. Now, I do have a few altcoins legends, but I really want to go through the comment section. Okay. If you are interested in buying, you know, different altcoins such as ICP, you do have Bybit. I do hold a bunch of ICP on spot. You have Bybit. You can also leverage ICP here. There's multiple different altcoins. Bybit, guys, #1 crypto platform for me. There's different alternatives, okay? But you get a great bonus on Bybit when you sign up with a link down below. You also have Weeks or Bluffin. Weeks, just with an email and a password, you can start trading in minutes, guys. $20,000 deposit bonus on Weeks, one of the highest liquid exchanges out there. And Bluffin, you get 10% cash back on your initial deposit, guys. Take advantage of the 10% cash back on Bluffin. There's hundreds of altcoins there, and they have proof of reserves. Very important. They don't do anything fishy with the funds of the clients, okay? They go directly to trading. Avalanche, ICP, very similar scenarios that could happen, okay? Very similar scenarios that could happen throughout these coins. I want to go through the, okay, you got Avalanche and you know, ICP is forming something so similar as well on ICP that I do believe that is, you know, a great zone. It's a great zone. You either form a higher low here and you start mooning, or you get the choppiness and test the lows. So this red box area is a kind of swing long zone. It's a big correction in the bull market. This was very much expected. Stay cautious. We are going to get an altcoin pullback. The pullback has happened. This one just on ICP from the highs of last week to the lows has been over 30%. Some altcoins have retraced 35 to 40%. yeah, this is the kind of pullback that we want to see. You know, it's very common to see on the altcoins. Make sure to destroy the like button. We are 1,500 people watching the stream. Absolutely awesome. Let's continue through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. And let's take a look at your favorite altcoins, guys. Make sure to drop those altcoins down below on the side here in the comment section. We're going to start diving on some altcoins and trying to predict, hey, is this dip good for buying, or are we, you know, is this the peak? Are we going to go to lower levels? Are you bearish? Let me ask the people, okay? Let me ask the people on a poll. Are you bearish? Are you bullish on altcoins for the next coming weeks? Is the top in? You know, let's get a poll right there. Are you bearish on crypto for the coming weeks with this dip? I would love to see most of the people say yes, to be honest. Are you bearish on crypto for the coming weeks? Yes or no? I would love to see the vote right away, guys. And I would prefer to see more people scared. If there's more people going to say, no, I'm not bearish, I would be, I don't know, I would be worried. Let's go. 𝗲, please, analysis. Right. We can take a look at 𝗲 right away. Let's see the votes later on in the next coming minutes, guys. If you're bearish, if you're bullish, if you see this as an opportunity, it's opportunity, guys. VWAP is holding ever so slightly here for Bitcoin. It's opportunity zone, guys. I cannot stress this enough. We were waiting. Now it's time to start, you know, looking at swing longs, guys. You know, start DCAing into swing long, only using very small amounts, okay? There's people that will not control the emotions and their capital, and they'll use 10% of their account here. And if it dips lower, they'll get another 10, 15%. And then, you know, if it does drop, guys, we never know if it's going to drop. Based on the technicals, this should be the bottom formation in the case of ICP. And many other altcoins as well, right? I mean, Avalanche, we can, yeah. It's going to take me a little bit of time to actually just quickly go through the analysis and the explanation on why this should be the bottom, and we could see a bump and run. If we go through, a lot of these high cap coins are forming a very, very similar scenario. They have got the dip of 20, 30, even 40%. And now we're looking for that bottom formation, right? Or V shape. Let's go through 𝗲 right away. Comment section. EOS, Ponke, 𝗲, US dollar. Let's take a look at this right away and see what's going on. Oh my goodness. 𝗲 has sliced through here. I do hold some spot 𝗲. I do hold some spot 𝗲. It's kind of losing its peg here. But we were also kind of aware of the possibility of wicking down beneath this low, purely based on a zigzag. Now, what has the price done here on 𝗲 is that we've formed here a 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a bit of an expanding move, right? Very, very rare for a wave 1. However, it does happen. You got a bit of a 5 wave, you know, ascending, broadening wedge. And now you're getting this zigzag. I mean, if you are bullish on 𝗲, you know, this is getting back into very good buying zones, right? Big major pullback down here. I do hold some spot 𝗲, but I have to say, on meme coins, I'm not too aggressive. The coin that I'm most aggressive on is Chainlink, right? Or ICP. Good, solid projects. When we trading, you know, when we are buying on spot on meme coins, you know, for me, it's a bit of play money. If it does a 10, 20x, you know, okay, great. So be it, right? But I don't go too crazy on meme coins, to be honest, right? Because, you know, you're going to get 2 or 3 that makes, you know, big returns. And then you're going to get a few that actually don't wake up. The community has been lost. You know, community is low. No major interest. But regarding the chart analysis, you know, it does make sense that this is a zigzag right there, just because from the bottom formation, you have formed an expanding 5 wave, right? And now from the 5th wave, you're getting a zigzag move. So yeah, once you get above this low, I would really go aggressive. You know, that would be kind of a confirmation for me. Once you get the price action trading above these lows right over here with a decent recovery, you know, if you want to get a, you know, if you want to catch the bottom, not really much of a bottom catcher unless you form a local double bottom. Okay. But yeah, the best scenario that you have here on 𝗲 would be coming down to retest those lows, which, we're very close to. Test the lows of the flash crash. Test the lows for the flash crash. When you form a flash crash, especially on altcoins, you most of the times you do test the low again. And the main reason why is because you're going to get those too many people longing the flash crash with very high leverage, right? We're talking about 50x, 100x. And of course, people want that bounce. And what happens? You get that last little move down to liquidate all of those people that are longing. That is the moment that you want to step in based on the double bottom. It's just classic, right? So the best scenario here, if you want to catch the bottom on 𝗲, is double bottom, right? We love double bottoms. That's what we want to see, because you're going to get a lot of people speculating on the flash crash V-shaped recovery. And what you do is dead cat bounce, bump, test the lows again, and then recover. It's a classic moment for a double bottom, guys. Look, hey, you got one right over here. You got a major corrective move. You get the bounce, V-shaped recovery. No, you test the lows again, and then you V-shape. Right? Matter of fact, this did form a bump and run. Right? This is the bump and run pattern that I'm looking at. You get the lower high resistance bump phase. Right? Boom, boom, boom. You get a bump phase with high volume. You bottom out. You get a dead cat bounce. You come back down, test the lows. Double bottom. Rocket. Break the lower high resistance. Boom, boom, boom. Back to the highs. This is exactly the same scenario that I'm looking at with this corrective structure. And we can dive in here through, ICP, the one that I was analyzing, and it's throughout multiple cryptos, guys. All of the cryptos have had the same flash crash throughout the last 24 hours. So the analysis here on ICP is basically the same. You get the flash crash, lower high resistance, and there's two scenarios. There is the potential of the V shape, which you're not testing the lows, or you get the test of the lows, break of trend in the next coming days. You choose what scenario is going to happen. You choose your strategy, but this is a high probability scenario that could happen throughout the next coming days. Take it with a pinch of salt, guys. This is what I'm looking at throughout multiple cryptocurrencies. Bump and run scenario. And this bump and run scenario was, you have it throughout many different moments in time in cryptocurrency, such as 𝗲, right? You got that lower high resistance, bump phase, bump, recovery, test the lows, breakout, right? This is basically the bump and run after that flash crash. And this is what I am kind of expecting for multiple altcoins in the next coming days, right? The question is, will we test the lows? A lot of altcoins are in this stage right now, or even in this stage. The question is, will we test the lows, or will we break out without testing the lows? So a moment that is crucial, I would set multiple alerts at the lows, guys. Once you get that reaction at the lows, it is time to game on. Let's go right away through comment section. We're going to take a look at some altcoins such as 𝗲. I mean, that would be the strategy on 𝗲, keeping it simple. You either recover from that low, because then you can confirm that zigzag potential, or you wait for the lows to be retested, right? I would take this as a swing long. So if you get recovery above those lows, it would be a good zone. This could be the end of a zigzag. You would have to take it a bit more as a swing long, low leverage, stop losses beneath the low. You're looking for that recovery. It's going to take a few weeks to get that recovery, or you look for the double bottom if you want to get the absolute low, right? Remain patient for that scenario. Let's go right away through the comment section and continue here throughout different altcoins, legends. Let's go through different altcoins that we do have here right away. Okay. Let's go through comment section. right away.
Means that basically as a result that your channel is not just solely focused on
comment section. Here we go. Let's dive in through some altcoins. XRP. So many people with XRP. Shall we take a look at XRP? Let's go right away. XRP. Let's go. XRP Avalanche. Yeah, Avalanche is another one, okay? XRP, not that interested. Not really that interested in XRP, but we can take a look at it, okay? So cautious on XRP. It really kind of looks like a bit of a massive blow off top when we do zoom out on the chart of XRP here. Let's go right away. On XRP, Tradingview is just not playing ball with me today or yesterday. XRP chart, let's see if it does load. Go to the daily. Yeah, I want to take a look here at the all-time high from 2021 because this is potentially the level where it could be bouncing. Almost coming down to those lows, those highs from 2021, right? Which is sitting at just under $2. What I really like about XRP, oh my goodness, is this zigzag. It actually looks pretty damn good. XRP looks pretty damn good because you could speculate that you formed a zigzag here, ABC move. You know, could this be very close to the lows before getting that reversal? It does look like a wedgie structure, ABC move, right? Very corrective compared to the impulse. My goodness, it does actually look pretty damn good for a reversal, I have to say. XRP looks absolutely awesome. You got the classic zigzag ABC. Whew. XRP looks very, very nice. Same scenario applies for XRP. Same scenario. I mean, you do have not the quite best lower high resistance right there. And I wouldn't apply this one for the bump and run. You could apply this one for the bump and run phase instead of this one. Yeah, the best scenario on XRP, I mean, you did form that higher low. So you got the dead cat bounce, volatility, higher low right there. It would be epic to actually come down here. I would remain patient for all of those XRP traders out there. I mean, I'm not sure if you're a holder. If you're an XRP holder from the last few years, I would have taken profits with this leg up that we had in November. Me personally. But if we are looking for a trading setup, oh my goodness, the 2021 all-time high, guys, where it is, we're just so close to the 2021 all-time high, which is just under $2. And all-time highs, I have to say, when you break them, they almost always provide an instant bounce as support. And we haven't tested them after the breakout that we had in the last few weeks, okay? So, oh my goodness, if this were to come down in between today and tomorrow to retest the flash crash, which it could, it has to be the best zone. It has to be the best zone, without a doubt. And we could be getting down there in the next coming hours. This would be the most epic buying level if we do create a reaction at the lows there. This horizontal line is the all-time high of 2021 that hasn't been tested, and this will be the first test in the history of the 2021 all-time high. Well, not all-time high, the 2021 high, because in the case of XRP, all-time high was 2017, not 2021. So the highs of 2021, right? XRP hasn't made all-time high yet, right? So 2021 high in confluence with a double bottom scenario with a possible ABC corrective move. Would be really nice to see those over leveraged long positions that are getting early here, 20x, 30x, 50x, looking for the long, get that wick down, and you're looking for the 21 all-time high, I was going to say again, the 21 high in confluence with the double bottom. That would be the longing level. Then you're breaking out from the bump and run phase. You got the bump phase here, consolidation, test the lows, bang, bang, bang in the next few days, right? Or 1 to 2 weeks. This could actually consolidate for a few days after testing the lows. But it would be the best zone. It would be, without a doubt, the best level. Okay? Anybody that is interested, I mean, I'm going to set some alerts here myself. Because, hey, a previous high on the higher time frames, which is the 2021 high, just under $2, as we are forming this zigzag move in a wedgie structure. Hey, this looks extremely corrective compared to that impulse that we had, you know, the last few weeks of November. Zigzag, choppiness, flash crash. It's like the golden opportunity. If you want to catch the absolute low on XRP, I mean, the best shot that you have is just get one more low here from the flash crash to liquidate all of those over leveraged long positions, and you're looking for the double bottom, and then you're getting the recovery breakout in the coming days. It's an epic trade. I've set the alerts. If we test the lows and recover, I am taking this trade without a doubt. So I'm going to leave that XRP chart. See if I do get the alerts on the phone, guys. You can get the alerts on the phone on Tradingview. You can download the Bybit app. Anybody that is not aware of this, guys, Bybit, of course, you do have the app, even on weeks or bluffing. Get the alerts on the phone wherever you are. If you've done the analysis, you know how to manage your risk and get into the setup, guys. If you're interested and not signed up from Bybit yet, you do have the best bonus down below, guys. Check out the link for Bybit, #1 crypto trading platform. Alternatives to Bybit, you have bluffing and weeks, which just with an email and a password, you're signing up and you're trading in no time. There's hundreds of altcoins to trade here, guys. On weeks, you get $20,000 deposit bonus. And on bluffing, you get 10% cash back, guys. Hundreds of altcoins to trade here as well if you cannot sign up for Bybit, right? Bitcoin getting a small little bounce. Let's go to the next cryptocurrency right away, CRV. CRV is one of them that got an epic V-shaped recovery. My goodness, CRV got an epic bounce after the flash crash, I have to say. Epic bounce. It really did end up in a, you know, SFP right there from this higher low. So you got the movement up, higher low, continue, boom, 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 sweep up those lows. Epic V-shaped recovery. My goodness, getting hiccups right now. Epic V-shaped recovery. CRV is kind of leading the way. It did get breakout of lower high resistance. I mean, it does have a chance. It does have a chance in continuing to the upside. But yeah, CRV, I have to say, you know, it did sweep up the lows. What an epic buy on CRV. We have Aiden in the Legends trading community just a few weeks ago saying, guys, this is a great zone of accumulation at the 30 cent level. Looking at this wedgie structure, bottom formation. I don't know where that is, guys. It is somewhere here in the Legends trading community. Yeah, it was absolutely epic. I need to really pull that out because, my goodness, we have been ready in the Legends trading community and buying at extreme low levels, right? Also here on YouTube, I've been providing a lot of, you know, good crypto such as Constellation DAG, you know, Kadena as well, down at the 60, 70 cent level. Many different opportunities, but I have to say one of the best ones was provided from Aiden here in the Legends trading community, which was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. I need to pull that out here somewhere. But yeah, absolutely crazy. This was on the 18th of November. basically, guys, great accumulation zone when we were trading at the 30-cent level. It's 30-cent level, looking for $1.60 in the next coming weeks. Obviously, given that higher time frame prediction, great accumulation as we were testing the bear market lows. Oh my goodness, this one did over a 5x. Absolutely epic. Still under the 5x at the moment, but I do expect this one to continue to the upside. So, I mean, we are looking for day trading and swing trading opportunities here in the Legends trading community. We've got the setups channel, the daily analysis. If you want great information and the modules to learn how to look for day trading opportunities, you have the Legends trading community, guys. Once you sign up, you'll be getting access to the modules, the course from basics to advanced. You got access to the Discord. Place to be if you want to take your trading to the next level, guys. Let's go and go through Gala analysis. We got someone asking for Gala. Prakash here. Let's take a look at Gala. Why not? Nothing to say here on CRV. Massive V shape after the flash crash. We need to take advantage, guys, on some of them that haven't even started pumping after this dip, all right? Because they will bounce back. And this is why the swing long strategy, you know, ICP is one of them. Avalanche is also one of them, looking for the double bottom, looking to add ever so slightly to the position if we do double bottom or get the breakout of the bump and run scenario. Let's take a look at Gala. Gala major rally. Gala major rally. Major rally on Gala throughout the last few weeks and major flash crash eventually, right? Ooh. Major flash crash. I got a red box here for some reason on Gala. And we are at the red box. This has to be the support from this consolidation. Right, let's analyze Gala here ever so slightly because, yeah, I do see Gala. 1, 2, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of Elliott wave analysis here, looking at at this pump. Looking at this pump. And trying to understand that a fifth wave hasn't even started yet, right? We got the first initial pump and correction right there, which you do have. You could arguably discuss that this is the entire 1-2 bit in a contracting move right there, not taking out the highs. And then the massive explosive third wave, bit of a zigzag. Or a double 1-2 basically, and then the third wave. Let's take a look at Fibonacci because we're probably at the 382 50% from the pivot low here, from the higher low to the highs. I mean, yeah, it has to be the zone. It is the zone that kind of needs to maintain its ground. Okay, same applies for Gala here, guys. On most of the cryptos, bump and run scenario. Bump and run or double bottom. I mean, you got a potential perfect zigzag right there. A wave, A, B, C, bam. It has to be an ABC flash crash. You know, it just has to. When we are waiting to buy the dip is here. The dip is here. I mean, this is great accumulation zone. Either for a spot bag or a very low leverage long position. And when we talk about low leverage, we're talking about a 3x, 4x max. If you're using 10x on altcoins, you're really, really playing, okay? You're really playing with it. And we need to always manage risk, right? You know, risk between 0.5%, 1% of our capital, right? Just be ready for a potential wick down beneath the lows to create that double bottom and then get the reversal. This is the kind of movements that happen right now on these flash crashes on altcoins. The question is, will we double bottom or will we V-shape? That is the question right now. So as you know that this is the highest probability either maintaining ground on lots of altcoins. I mean, you can see CRV. CRV formed a V-shaped recovery from the flash crash. So there's two ways to play this out. You know, if you know that there is 75% of chances, right, that the price will reverse from this zone, However, you don't know how it's going to play out, whether it's forming a higher low after the flash crash and it V-shapes, or it tests the lows one more time to stop out all of those irresponsible traders that are using 20, 30, 50x, right? On altcoins, it's like, you know, your liquidation price is like, just by moving a few cents to the downside, you're going to get liquidated, right? In a fractions of a cent in the case of Gala. Low leverage, small positions. This could bring you a risk to reward of 5 to 10 in the next coming weeks. It's, you know, swing long in zones at the moment with this pullback. We are still at a buying frenzy. Bull market is still here. Retail are just getting in. You're getting billions of dollars of Tether and US dollar coin being printed weekly. This is fresh money coming into the market. We've only starting to see the greed phase, the initial greed phase of the bull run, and there's too much leverage happening, and this is a classic leg to the downside that happens inside of a bull market. It's just, it needed to happen, guys. And this brings you the opportunity zone, either for swing longs or either for spot buying, you know, depending on your risk appetite. You know, if you want to swing long responsibly, what you want to do is use 3-4x leverage. You know, you're going to make 3-4 times more than you're holding on spot, and your liquidation price is very far away, and you can get in with a 0.5% of your capital, right, of your trading capital throughout multiple altcoins, just so you're ready to add another 0.5, right, just in case you do get that double bottom, because I do think the double bottom is very much on the cards for a lot of the cryptos. Take it with a grain of salt. This is almost a win-win strategy, right? You're having extreme good risk management because you're not going all in. You're not betting the farm or your house. You're risking small amounts. You will be making 5, 6, 7, 8% on each different coins if you do this responsibly. I know we want to make epic gains, guys, but we need to be responsible with our trading. I'm not a huge fan of getting into big major, you know, swing trades and adding to position, but it is the moment to realize that this is very much what could happen, right? So you do have the kind of bump and run phase here on Gala. You do have the bump and run phase here on Gala also. I mean, you have this lower high right there, and you have the steep lower highs right over here for the bump and run scenario. You got the flash crash, you got the bump phase, consolidation. It either V-shapes, forms a higher low, or it wicks down beneath the low and forms the failed auction double bottom, and then you recover. Take it with a grain of salt, guys. This is what I am expecting throughout multiple different altcoins. Gala is one of them. You've got a beautiful zigzag as well. Potentially you've hit the 1.618 extension with this movement to the downside. Yeah, even the 2-to-1. A bit of an aggressive, but it's classic to get that ABC. If you're interested in trading Gala, Gala is available on Bybit. It is available throughout all of these exchanges. Okay, you can buy on spot, trade here, also with leverage on Bybit. It's also available on Weeks, guys, or Bluffing. Bybit, you get a great bonus. If you can't trade on Bybit, you do have Weeks or Bluffing, guys. You can trade Gala on those exchanges, and you got exclusive bonuses. Weeks, one of the highest liquid exchanges out there, and Bluffing as proof of reserves. No fishy things with the funds of the clients, and you get 10% cash back. 10% cash back on your deposit. Gala looks awesome as well. I'm actually going to set some alerts on Gala at the bottoms, because I would be willing to get into a double bottom right there. There are a few to get in and maybe add to the position. I mean, you could do this throughout multiple different altcoins. I mean, if you want to be that guy that has 20 trades open, then, you know, you can do so as well, as long as you're managing risk, right? 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, beautiful dip. I am considering buying a bit more. This is one of my spot bags, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, that is actually in the red. It's actually in the red. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽 is in the red, guys. Okay? Because I have been buying around about the 2-cent level. Not a huge amount. Of course, this is one of the low caps that you're going to put a little bit of play money in, right? With one of the coins that we talked about the last few days. One of the only ones that are in the red regarding spot buy is 𝗬cie. I did buy some spot at 2 cents, and it's got this flash crash. You know, just need to hold on to this dip. But this one hasn't even started the party. And I wanted to make you understand why 𝗬cie, okay, why 𝗬cie hasn't pumped yet, right? Why hasn't it pumped out of the accumulation zone? And it's very simple to understand for all of those that have experience in the crypto world. 𝗬cie, we know AI was a bit of a bubble, right? It was a bit of a bubble, guys. Everything in crypto is a bit of a bubble, right? Metaverse, gaming, AI, real world assets, right? You name it, right? There's always a niche that ends up being a bubble, right? And in Q1, we did have a little bit of a bit of an AI bubble, okay? Metaverse also in the previous bull run. What a massive bubble. I was so against Metaverse, saying, guys, all of these pumps, if you buy now, you will be in the red very, very soon. This one, I do expect another AI bubble. It's going to be altcoin season as well. Cryptocurrency bull run is in the first legs to the upside. We're only seeing the first big major pullbacks, right? This is the first pullback. I was here in the previous bull run, guys, and it was much more volatile than this leg to the upside. I was actually surprised on seeing so many altcoins popping out here through November very aggressively with no pullbacks. Some of them, you know, CRV, for example, some of them flying, right? And we're saying, oh my goodness, when is the pullback going to come, right? We're expecting that 20-30% pullback. It's happened. Some of them are bouncing incredibly strong. Some of them are still moving here sideways to the downside, and we still have time to scoop up some, right? So the pullback has happened. There's several scenarios. Double bottom. If it does not double bottom and it breaks down, we're just going to have to look for lower, right, till we actually consolidate. But yeah, I'm very much expecting that kind of double bottom. Let's go. Can you pull up ADA? ADA, yeah, ADA. Lots of ADAs here from 𝗬𝗲, right? What's going on with ADA? Let's take a look at ADA. Should we wait for a Christmas rally? You know, are we going to get that Santa rally? I think so, guys. I think so. There's some people that speculate that a lot of people are selling their altcoins or Bitcoin through before Christmas because they want to buy their presents for their family and they want to go on Christmas holidays and they're going to spend, you know, thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, and they want to sell, right? They want to sell before Christmas. You know, it's highly speculative. And then you get the Christmas rally, right? Because there has been some Decembers, as we know with data, that we've had, you know, massive pumps in December, right? December of 2023, Bitcoin on its own, 12% up. Some other ones we've had the Christmas dump instead of the Christmas rally. December of 2020, major pump. I mean, if we are going with historical data based on the 4-year cycle, right? 2024, when we go back to 2020, entering into the bull market with the 4-year cycle theory, yeah, we were up 46% in December of 2020. When we go back 4 years from then to 2016 with the 4-year cycle theory, after the halving, this, that, the other, enter into the bull market of 2017, December of 2016 was muy bullish. And this year, we've gone through the theory, if September ends up bullish, we are going to see October, November, and December bullish. So far, October and November have been bullish. Look at September has been one of the most bearish months throughout the last 10 years on Bitcoin. And the only 3 years, that September ended bullish, and this theory actually worked, right? There's a lot of people that history doesn't need to repeat. That's this, that, the other. We're following the 4-year cycle, guys, to perfection. We're actually moving faster than the 4-year cycle theory. So everything's kind of playing out. And when we were going through this theory as well a few months ago, hey, if we do close September, look what happened in October and November and December. You know, every time that September closed green, we had a green Q4. And yeah, for the moment, it's kind of playing out, right? So yeah, we would expect December to still be bullish despite these pullbacks. Okay, so not to worry, guys. Not to worry. We had the correction. We wanted the correction. Now we got it. It's no time to cry now, guys. It's time to take action. So shall we take a look at XRP? I mean, sorry, not XRP. ADA. We got a cash network. Awesome project, by the way. I do not hold it in my portfolio. It was one of them in my list, but you can't buy everything. This one's got for the moment, an 11% pullback in the last 24 hours. Whew. I mean, this one I would actually I would consider getting some of this on the pullback. Well, let's do a cash network. It is an awesome project. What is the ticker symbol? AKT. Let's take a look at our cash network right away. AKT. Well, I mean, let's take a look at some buying opportunities on this or some potential swing longs. Ooh. Yeah, this one did get a major pullback. It did get a pretty decent pullback. This one's been absolutely crazy. It's kind of already had the bull market, right? Who wasn't buying in 2023 a cash network? I was too busy buying Chainlink, only making a 3x. If you would have bought this, my goodness, you would have been doing over a 15x almost if you've been buying through 2023. So it's all getting into the right crypto. This one had a major rally already. My goodness. But yeah, beautiful correction here, consolidation. Let's analyze the last few months here on the waves and this corrective structure because, yeah, I just need to know where the bottom was from the corrective move from Q1 and Q2 of this year. And the bottom was right over here. So I really need to understand this movement to the upside. Yeah, without a doubt, I would still see this as a ABC corrective move. Yeah. So yeah, from the bottom formation, very much interested how the price did develop. I have to say, this still looks like a third wave, and we're in the fourth wave. It looks beautiful. It really does. I mean, I'm going to do the counts right now, but I can see it without doing the analysis. You know, when you have experience, you can see the Fibonacci, you can see the timing, you can see the waves. But I'll show you right away. So you got this first initial wave here to the upside. You got 5 waves, a bit of an expanding move, right there, right? In a 5-wave move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you get a very large flat move right over here. It is a flat because you did hit the 0.9 Fibonacci, just about. So it is a flat or a zigzag, it doesn't matter. You did claim the lows. You got this 3-wave move right there after this 5-wave move up from the bottom. So when we do take a look at this movement to the upside, yeah, it is a little bit of, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's been overlap here, so it has to end up in a contracting move in a third wave. So yeah, there's only 3 waves here. There's only 3 waves. There's only that 1, 2, 3. So we have to come to the conclusion, if the bull market needs to continue, I mean, this needs to hold this range. Most of the cryptos from those lows in November, they're retracing slightly below the 50%. You do not want to overlap the 618. You do not want to get down here to these peaks because you're overlapping here, and that does not look impulsive. So really, this is the zone that needs to hold without coming down to the golden pocket or tap these peaks, because you're losing impulsive moves. So it looks, yeah, this is also in the buying zone. You're very likely going to be forming a bump and run pattern here as well on a cash. It's it's happening throughout multiple cryptos, guys. I've seen this movie before many times, and it looks like we're going to watch it again. So that's 𝗕𝗶𝘆𝗽𝗫, by the way. I've seen this movie before. Shout out to 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽. He's not here in the comment section at the moment. ADA, yeah, we can take... You skipped ADA. Okay, I will take a look at ADA, but a cash network, I do see bigger opportunities. There's opportunities on every single altcoin if you know how to read the chart. Swept up these lows. Not a major here for a long. Swept the lows right there, kind of back testing the level. Right, it's kind of swept the lows with a flash crash, and you're back testing. There's two scenarios here on a cash. Same two scenarios like ICP or Avalanche. Bump and run phase on the formation. On the formation of the bump and run here. What I don't like about this, it's very one wavy. I mean, unless we are counting this as an ABC flat. But I don't see the possible count of an ABC flat here. I mean, I could micro count this, but we're not going to do that. It's just going to take a long time. But I do see this more as a contracting 5-wave move here. But it would be nice to speculate, which could be possible as well, looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got an ABC flat right there. Test the highs, test the lows, ABC flat, boom, 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 off to the races. There could be a possible count without a doubt based on this little structure here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this an ABC flat. If this were to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you would want to see a little bit of a 3-wave here move. So you could break out, fake out, test the lows, and then go to higher levels. But I would still be interested in the double bottom or a low leverage swing long position on a cash network. It just looks perfect. Sweep up the lows, bump and run scenario could be in play. It looks absolutely awesome. I'm looking at this scenario throughout multiple different altcoins. Flash crash, correction of 20-30%. Let's see a cash network probably retracing more than 30%. 32% on a cash since the highs here of last week. Two scenarios that I'm looking at here, legends. There's two scenarios that I'm looking at, which is the double bottom scenario locally or higher low formation and start picking up. Break out from the lower high resistance of the bump phase in the next few days and get the full recovery to get back up to the highs. That is one scenario. And the other scenario, dead cat bounce, retest the lows from over leveraged long positions, people that are using over a 10x leverage on the altcoins, which is extremely dangerous unless you have, a lot of money to add to the position, right? Maintain your risk. But I do see that double bottom also a scenario here to then get that recovery breakout, right? Which would give you that perfect entry on the double bottom. So there's either double bottom breakout or V-shaped breakout already in the next coming days, or sideways momentum, right? But it looks very, very good indeed. Let's take a look at Cardano, guys. A cash network. Let's double check here. I'm very sure you can trade a cash network here. AKT on Bybit. You can trade them throughout multiple exchanges. You can trade it here on Bybit, a cash network. You got a great bonus down below, guys. On multiple exchanges, weeks and bluffing as well. You can trade a cash network. You got email and password. You're signing up in minutes on those exchanges. Bitcoin getting a little bit of bounce. The VWAP did hold. VWAP did hold nicely. Very, very difficult for a short or a long here. Very squeezed in resistance and support here. Very, very squeezed. Talked about the scenarios on Bitcoin throughout the beginning of the stream, guys. Make sure to check it out if you want the Bitcoin analysis. Let's go and take a look at ADA finally, guys. Sorry about that. Somebody here asking for ADA. Mina and Mavia, please check it out. Right, okay. Don't worry. Game over. Let's look at ADA. Really not that interested in ADA analysis, have to be honest. Ooh, nice pullback on ADA as well. Big explosive breakout. Now, what is the situation with ADA? The situation with ADA. Oh, looking very interesting, legends. The situation with ADA here is that from the bear market bottom levels to the highs of the first initial wave, right? We do have the 1.618 extension being hit. Almost to perfection. Classic for a third wave target. Now, my question is this third wave finish, or are we still in the third wave, right? We just formed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third wave is going to be like 2 to 1 from this wave. Then we're correcting again. Then we get in an explosive fifth wave, potentially ADA going to all-time high very soon, right, in the coming months. When we analyze the local structure, and we'll go through this, you know, what's happening locally, most importantly for the day trade, swing trade scenarios for the coming days, is from the lows 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Such an explosive move. Such an explosive move on ADA from the bottom. 1, 2, 1, 2, bang. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just, you have to be still in that third wave. Still have to be inside of the third wave here. Let's go a little bit on lower time frames and try and understand a little bit. My goodness, so many microwaves here. I would go with a simple strategy. I mean, it would be nice to sweep those lows, I have to say. Would go with a simple strategy here on ADA, but it might just not happen. It might just not happen. We got a bump and run phase right there. Bump and run scenario as well. We got the bump phase, guys, throughout the last 24 hours. That's what we want to see. We want to see a major bump. A nice fresh liquidity grab of billions of dollars. More than billions, 1.7 billion, right, approximately, of long liquidations in the last 24 hours. 571,000 traders liquidated, guys. I hope you're not inside of these ones, right? And you're managing risk. Now is where we want to enter once these traders are liquidated, with good risk management and ride the wave. Now that we know that this has happened, it's when we step in, right? So ADA, there's this other scenario here. We can take a look at 𝗬cie. Like the video, guys. Hang on a second. 1,500 people. Let's take a look at the poll. Over 1,600 votes. How many people voted, are you bearish on crypto for the coming weeks? There is actually 45% of 1,700 votes that are bearish, guys. That is pretty cool. I would be more worried if there would be 75% of people say, no, I'm not bullish, you know, I'm bearish, right? I would be more worried if there was a lot of people bullish, but there's not. So that's pretty good. It's pretty stable. We got a lot of, you know, a lot of bears and a lot of bulls. That's pretty good. In a bull market, there's a lot of people bearish still. That is good. And we already corrected over 30% on a lot of the altcoins in the last 24 to 48 hours. This is good. It's bueno. It's very good. It's nice to see a lot of people bearish. I really thought that we were going to see, you know, are you bearish on crypto for the coming weeks? And 75% of people saying no, right? Over bullish, right? Very hyped up. This is actually a good sign, right? We got a bit of a battle here between bulls and bears, almost a 50-50. So anyway, let's go through the next scenarios on Cardano, keeping it in a simple way, guys, keeping it in a very simple, understanding way for the viewer, and looking at a bump and run scenario throughout multiple cryptos. Keeping it simple, we got a potential 3-wave corrective structure throughout multiple altcoins. Now is the moment if we're going to see a double bottom, or if we're going to start forming higher lows with bullish CVDs and a V-shaped recovery breaking out from the bump and run. I want to see at least 700 likes, guys. And once we see 700 likes, we are going to be back with the altcoins from the community. So let's go, okay? Let's go and crush the 700 likes. You can either do like button and get to 700 likes, or you can leave the live stream, right? I know yesterday I got about 100 people leaving the stream because they didn't want to smash the like button, but we'll be back here with some more analysis throughout the comment section, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button. Let's get to 700 likes, and we are back. We are back once we get to 700 likes. Yes, I know we're gonna get there. I know we're gonna get there. Yes, we're just about to cross the 700 likes. Okay, let's go. You're absolute legends, guys. Thank you very much for the support. I'm here for you. I tried to read most of the comments. Okay, it's very hard for me, but overall, we're looking at different scenarios and staying real here. We got the flash crash. We got the correction. ADA down from the highs of last week. 30%, guys. This is a big pullback. This is the kind of pullback that we used to get in the previous bull run. Altcoins 30, 40%, right? Could it go to 50? I don't think so. Anyway, we got a 3-waver on most of the altcoins. We know that the market in corrections, right? We move in 3 waves. We get them. We get those beautiful 3 waves, right? They're everywhere. They are everywhere on lower time frames, on higher time frames from the highs. There's 3-wave corrections, right? We are looking for those 3-waver. This is a bit of a macro 3-waver, right? Very, very ugly one in the case of ADA. Very beautiful on XRP. Bump and run scenario. What I'm looking at here is, you know, sideways momentum, V-shaped recovery, or double bottom, boom, boom, boom. Test the lows for over leverage long positions, right? If you're getting into a long position at this stage, low leverage, be ready for the double bottom. And if it double bottoms, be ready to add to the position. This strategy only works if you double bottom. If you don't double bottom, you're getting with 0.5% of your capital, right? Give or take. I'm not sure your risk appetite, but this is what I would do. 0.5%, I'm entering the long. We've corrected, looking for a correction. There's going to be some over leveraged long positions with over 10x leverage. They're going to start sweating if we come down to the lows. Now, all liquidated, basically. If we do this, I will be ready to add another 0.5%. Only if we recover back the lows, okay? Only if we recover back the lows that we formed on this flash crash. If we do not recover back above the lows and we continue to the downside, this is my potential loss. And saying, okay, you know, we're just correcting very aggressively here. We're going to have to analyze on tomorrow's stream what's going on. But overall, maintaining risk, okay? It's more important to defend your capital than making gains in trading, okay? Do not get wrecked. Let's continue right away. Okay, that's the scenario. Let's take a look here at Dogecoin, please, says Ryan. 𝗫𝗫𝗃. 744 likes. Faris, my man. Much love to you, brother. Much love to you. Kadena. We did take a quick look at Kadena. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 did pretty well. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 did absolutely amazing. Let's take a look. Right. Pac-Man, he can, but he won't. Right. Right, let's go right away through. Which one? Which one was it? Which one? Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Awesome rally on Dogecoin. Epic rally on Dogecoin. Ooh, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. We didn't. I mean, the flash crash was not too aggressive on Dogecoin. I have to say, it would be nice to basically dip down on Dogecoin. I'm just not sure if we will. Dip down to sweep up the lows of this uptrend structure. This red box, you know, it's here for a reason. It's basically for a liquidity grab, but it might just hold here. It might just hold, and it's basically forming a little bit of a fake out from this higher low. It's kind of still at the support, right? It hasn't really broken out. It's just dancing around here. Tested this low, which is interesting for an SFP. I mean, that's an aggressive long if you did manage to catch it just as you test the lows with a stop loss beneath the low. I mean, ideally, you want to see these lows being swept, right? Get the movement down, and then, you know, the choppiness. And then you're looking at this area to see proof of support. If you wick down below, see some proof of support, reclaim. I mean, this would be for me, the best zone to speculate on that long on Dogecoin. But I understand that, hey, Dogecoin could actually hold this zone. You've swept up these lows from last week. And it could actually maintain this level and bounce from here. Take it with a pinch of salt, guys. I would go with a low leverage swing long here. Stop loss. If it does break down from this low, I would be expecting these lows to be claimed and then go from there. The thing about adding to position here, you know, it's just risky, just in case you do get a major pullback. I think it's an acceptable level to hold, right? We've swept the lows here from last week. We're still uptrending, no major breakout. It has dipped. It's maintaining its ground. It could be a bouncing level. So, I mean, yeah, there's the option of low leverage, maintain risk here. It is holding, right, after sweeping those lows. So, yeah, it is holding nicely. It could be a bouncing zone. Let's take a look at the super chat here from my man, LP. What about Crow? Let's take a look at Crow right away. Why not? We're going to do fast analysis here, guys, because I can't keep up with the comment section. Crow. Let's zoom out on Crow, see what's going on with Crow. Major pullback. Oof. Interesting how Crow here. It's not my favorite crypto. I mean, look at the wedge here. My goodness. Look at the wedge here as you're testing and back testing this pivot low. My goodness. This is perfect based on, you know, technical analysis strategy, right? You got a strategy where you sweep up a low and you back test that level on the retracement with a wedge. This has to be like the perfect long, right? Well, it was the perfect long or the perfect spot buy. You sweep up the low, higher time frame, higher low, and you back test it with a descending wedge. It's like, what else do you want, right? This is screaming, buy me here. Anyway, too late for that, right? I did not buy Crow there. I bought multiple altcoins in November, but not Crow. And Crow did a nice, you know, 3x, almost, yeah, around about a 3x, just like many. But regarding the analysis here, very choppy here. Oof, it's kind of trying to maintain the resistance highs, flipping it as support here. Oof. Very wicky, I have to say. Very, very wicky. Now, you're kind of in a range. You tested these highs. Now you tested these lows. I have to give Crow a chance, right? Because you tested the lower high of the range and you got rejected. Now you tested the higher low of the range and you're getting a reaction. So take it with a pinch of salt, but you know, if you tested the higher low, the lower high here, and you got rejected, and you're testing the last higher low from this range, it's getting a reaction. You know, this could definitely get a bounce. So, I mean, let's take a look at the lower time frames here. Oof, it is holding. It's kind of the 618 Fibonacci and the back test, right? It is back testing the level. It could bounce. You know, I think it's an acceptable low leverage swing long position zone. I wouldn't go too crazy with leverage or capital, just in case we claim the low again and double bottom, okay? This is either back test or double bottom levels, guys. Just be ready to get in on both scenarios. Don't worry about one stop loss. The next trade is going to pay off your stop loss by 3, 4, 5, right? Well above 5, well above 3, I mean, if it does end up getting that epic bounce. But there's two scenarios: back test that low and bounce, which it is kind of holding right now. It might get a bit of choppiness, or come down and double bottom here from the lows of the flash crash to get all of those over leveraged long positions that are expecting a V shape. And if you don't double bottom, you just don't trade it, right? So there's two setups: small position, low leverage, low capital. If it stops out, you're looking for the double bottom. If it doesn't double bottom, you do not trade it. If it double bottoms, you trade it. You could get that double bottom reversal. Really keeping it simple here for the viewer, guys. There's really not much to say. The correction has happened. We should be looking for the reversal. Right. Let's continue here through the comment section. Isn't Doge on double top? Right, Dogecoin on double top. Dogecoin on double top. Not too sure. Hey Andy, I am not really in a lot of loss, but I have no more funds to invest. It's better to just wait and watch, says someone here. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, chill guy. A lot of battles here in the comment section. My goodness, so many altcoins. Please look at 𝗕𝗶𝗴. Elon Musk tweeting about it. About 𝗕𝗶𝗴? About the real 𝗕𝗶𝗴? Because there's so many 𝗕𝗶𝗴s as well. Yeah, Elon Musk tweets seems like they don't have much effect in crypto nowadays. They used to back in the previous bull run, when he was saying that Tesla is accepting Bitcoin as payments, and Bitcoin popped almost $10,000 in the previous bull run. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that, but yeah, no. Elon Musk tweeted about Bitcoin and about Tesla accepting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin just went, and it was like, yeah, I think his tweets don't have much power right now. So. Look at 𝗕𝗶𝗴. 𝗕𝗶𝗴's not doing much based on Elon Musk's tweet, right? I'm not going to do analysis on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. Choppy. We're going to skip this one. Not much to say about this one. Tested the highs. Bit of a failed auction. Very choppy. Just tested the highs the last few days. Yeah, we're going to... Audi, please. We also got another super chat here. Can you repeat the entry for Kadena and we can go? Yeah. Kadena, keeping it relatively simple. We got this scenario on Kadena, which is steep lower high, bump and run phase. Kadena, this red box area is where it should hold. We already got a bounce from this red box zone. This red box is purely based on Elliott wave theory, looking for a potential wave 4 bottom formation. We should not go much lower than here. We cannot overlap the 618, even though it is quite lower. But most commonly 382 to 50%. We're already dipping slightly below the 50%. That is totally fine, but we cannot overlap the golden pocket. So a double bottom here is very much an option here on Kadena. Double bottom is an option. If not, you start to form higher lows right there and you start to recover. So it's the same scenario. Low leverage long, right? Stop loss at the low, or maybe add to the position if you're happy with a 0.5% loss. If you do not double bottom, just accept the loss. If you do double bottom, ready to add to that position, because then you're looking for that reversal. This is a double bottom zone or V-shaped zone. Higher low, consolidation, and start pumping. So yeah, entry zone, perfect one would be the $1.17, basically the lows that were formed throughout early this morning. Or, start moving up from here. But if you're already getting onto the bounce, you need to use low leverage, low capital. Just be ready for that potential double bottom to add to the position. If it doesn't double bottom, then you accept the loss. Okay, I wouldn't go adding to the position, guys. Things could get dangerous. So that's basically what I see on Kadena. Kadena can be traded on Bybit. It can be traded on Weeks, KDA. You can buy on spot. You can leverage trade it. Bybit, guys, best trading platform there is. You got an insane bonus with a link down below. My favorite platform. If you can't trade on Bybit, you also have bonuses for Weeks and Bluffin, which is basically sign up with an email and a password. Just an email and a password. You can trade in minutes on Weeks. High liquid exchange. Bluffin, you do get 10% cash back on Bluffin, guys. Take advantage of those bonuses with the link down below. Will WorldCoin go to its new all-time high? WorldCoin, what can we say about WorldCoin? Really haven't followed WorldCoin throughout this bull run. Done no research. I have heard some friends talking about WorldCoin throughout the last couple of years. Just never got interested in. It's a high cap crypto, 2 billion. I have no idea. I know there was some rewards and stuff. I mean, there was some kind of tokenomics behind it were pretty interesting, from people that have been talking about this, but I never put any interest on WorldCoin. What's the ticker symbol? We can take a look at this one, WLD, on the chart. Major pullback, major pullback. Can it go to its previous all-time high is your question. I mean, it did have an insane rally in Q1 of this year, up to above $11. Whoever's buying this rally or buying this pullback, you know, without a doubt, this is bottom formations. You're getting back to the bottom of the creation. This is where you want to buy eventually. When the selling pressure is exhausted, I mean, you are getting a nice pullback. I would say that this rally hasn't finished yet. When altcoin season is in, everything pumps, right? This pumped very nicely in November. So kind of everything pumps. If I'm expecting other coins to pump, you would expect this one to pump as well. Yeah, it's kind of retracing down to the highs. I have to say, all of them are forming the same scenario, guys. It's bump and run season. Bump and run season, where you get the bump phase. You either form sideways momentum in a V shape, or you test the lows and go sideways and recover. I'm expecting this for this one as well. So it's bump and run season, guys. Whoever doesn't know what a bump and run is, it's a pattern, very classic pattern that also happens in the bull market. It's a liquidity flush, it's a bump phase, and then you get sideways momentum for a few days, potentially testing the lows again, right, after that dead cat bounce, and then looking for that full-on reversal. Same scenario. Will it hit all-time high? This is a question that I cannot answer right now. I would have to do some higher time frame analysis. Legends, thank you very much for joining the stream. If you want more updates, more potential swing long ideas, trading updates, and the modules to learn how to trade like a professional, looking for those daily setups on Bitcoin mainly, but also applied on altcoins, you do have the Legends trading community. The first link down below, you get access to the Discord for those daily updates, accumulation zones, swing trades, my updates, also DevAlts, rest of the coaches, and you get the modules as well, going from basic to advanced technical analysis learning. You have it right over here in the Legends trading community, guys, if you want to take your trading to the next level. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you in the next one.